Hello, this is going to be a short video of how to set up a report for vendors. So I'm starting out at the main menu, and the first thing I'm going to do is create a project. So a project is essentially the grant, and I think in the near future we're going to change some of the naming here. But essentially you click on projects, and you go to projects, and you can see all the existing grants. So you can see this one is FY 2019 to 2020. And if I want to edit it, I can click this green button and come in, and I can see essentially the name, who the owner is, which people on my team have access to it, as well as the different vendors that are associated with that specific grant. So I'm going to add a new one. If I go back to the menu here, I can click Add Project, and I can name it. So I'm just going to call it FY 2021 Test, and it automatically picks me as the owner. The other important thing is to set which people on my team have access to viewing that report, that grant, and the reports. Otherwise, they won't be able to see them. So if the issue comes up that people can't see the reports on your team, then you just need to set them up as editors. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set which teams are going to have access to that report. And once I do that, I save it and wait for a confirmation. The next step is to set up the milestones. And again, I think we're going to change the nomenclature here, but milestones are the time periods. So you can see I have one already. If I want to edit it, I click on this green square, and now I can see which teams, or I can see that here's the project that I started, the name of the milestone, the start date, the end date, and the due date. Then I can see which teams are going to have access to fill out reports for this particular milestone. I can set up questions. I can set which sections will be reported on. And then in the very near future, I'll be able to actually customize which vendors have access to which sections. So I'm going to go and show you how to create a new one. So I'm going to come back to this menu, and I can see I'm on my milestones menu. I'm going to click Add Milestone. I'm going to select the project that it goes along with. Then I'm going to create a name for the time period. And these names have to be unique. So you can't just call it quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. You can one time. So I'm going to call it FY 20. I'm just going to call it quarter 1. And I'm going to set the start date as, let's say it's going to be July 1st through July 31st. And I'm going to say it's going to be due August 31st. So you can set these any way you want. Then you're going to pick which teams are going to be reporting for that time period, for that grant. Then I'm going to create questions. I can either add a new question, or I can select from an existing report or time period, and I can just hit select, and it'll automatically just copy over the questions. And then I can add additional questions if I like. Then I'm going to select which sections are going to be available in the reports for this time period. I'm going to add them to the list, and I'm going to click Save. And I'm going to wait for a confirmation. Now, if I want to view, so now on the vendor side, they'll actually get a notification that that report is available for them to fill out. Once they fill out the report, you would come down here to Milestone Reports. You can see the status of their report, and you can actually view the report. If the report's been submitted, then you can actually click accept and accept the report. But this report is in progress, and I can actually see anything that's been entered on the report. So that's a quick overview of setting up the reports for your contractors or your vendors. Please let me know if you have any questions. And then actually just one more quick thing. If you're working on this and you have questions, you can come down here to the bottom right and you can look for the tutorials. And then you'll see this tutorial. You can also click send us a message and we can help you in real time if you have any problems. Okay, thanks for watching.